Well, hi everybody. Good morning, afternoon, evening, wherever you're watching me from. I am in Opulence, Jamaica. My name is Sally Roper, and I have another kiln opening for you. This is, there's not very many things in here, but there are one or two items that I needed to get done before Easter weekend, which is next weekend. So I was forced to fire a small load. Anyway, reason being is in January I had hip replacement surgery, and I'm doing very well in my recovery, probably a little slower than some people would have hoped, but then I'm an older woman. Oh God, I hate to admit that. And I did have limitations, so it's just gaining a lot of strength in my hip and just moving forward in all of this, and I'm pretty excited in the weeks to come. I've just ditched my cane, which is really good, so I'm now walking free, and still a bit of a limp, but I had a limp before I started. So anyway, I'm really happy with where I'm at, and medically I'm good, so I can get back to my wheel. I got the A-OK to return to my wheel about a week and a half ago, so I have actually a couple of hand-built pieces in here, which are a first for me, and we all know that I love to throw on the wheel. The other thing to tell you is that I had some trouble when I was glazing. I use Opulence glazes, and I can layer with Amaco and Amaco glazes. And I had a bit of an issue when I was trying to put the second glaze on the rim. The second glaze was cracking and splitting. So while it was drying, I was rubbing my hands on it, and then I took a few hours break. And when I went back not last night, the night before, to load up the kiln, I found that the I don't know what you want to call it, crazing, I guess, in the glaze was kind of bad. So I took a spray bottle and I spritzed the rim, and I used my finger to try and just kind of blend the glazes back together again. And then when I loaded the kiln, I didn't see the problem reoccurring. So it was probably just in my rush to do a full dip on, and I'm talking about the bowls, and I will show them to you in just a minute. And so anyway, I had a little peek at the top one when I propped the lid to speed up the cooling. At about 150 degrees I sped it up, and it's now at 113. So I should be a-okay to handle the pieces and the furniture. If not, I'm just going to run into the other part of my studio and go get my gloves because they're over there. But let's see if I can manage without them. Anyway, here we go. I'm going to lift the lid, and this is the bowl I was almost most concerned with. It turned out spectacular. Okay, so what did I do? I did a full dip in Opulence Sea Spray. As you know, my main dipping glazes are Opulence. I love them. They've done me well over the years, and I trust them. So this one is full dip in Sea Spray, and then when the glaze dried, I went back and I dipped the rim, probably about maybe about 2 inches. I dipped the rim in Opulence eggshell, and I could see that was starting to crack as it was drying. So then I decided that I would put on, I would brush on a layer of Amaco's Indigo Float. And I knew that the combination of Sea Spray and eggshell would create a little bit of run, and then Indigo Float would create a lot more run. So the Indigo Float I really only took to here, and you can see the run I got, which is really, really nice. And on the inside, again, I took the Indigo Float and the eggshell to about there. So I really got a nice bit of run, and you can see how beautiful the combination. So that's Sea Spray, eggshell from Opulence, and Amaco Indigo Float. That's a really beautiful bowl. And that's it on the outside. Spin it around a little bit. Oh, I got a little bit of crazing here, but I don't think that takes away from the bowl's beauty at all. So this is 4, 8, 12. This is about 13 inches wide by about 6, probably 6.5 inches deep. Nice bowl. And like I said, for the first time, in as much as I've been watching a few people online in hand building, I don't do a whole lot of hand building, but this is the first time I've made a mug. I hand built a mug, and they're both pretty much the same, so I'll just show you the one. This was hand built, and I used a texture from Clayshare, and I used their rolling pin, and I love the dandelion, I guess, and the glaze is Amaco Sky, Aqua. And I love using celadons when I'm doing texture because you really see the texture coming out. And I contemplated using colors for earth, colors, and just painting one flower. And then I decided against it. And I did a little bit of a design on the bottom as well. And it probably might have been nice if I had taken some underglaze and did a little bit of a wash just to highlight that, but it still looks really nice. And there's my stamp as opposed to my signature, because just all the design everywhere. And then this is the second one. So it turned out just as nice. So this is my very first hand-built mug. So not too bad. Okay, I'll talk about this. I have a lot more of these little saucers. I have 11 of them in total, but this is just Opulence, Sea Spray, and Eggshell, and you can just see the prettiness of these glazes. They're reduction look glazes. Really pretty. And lastly, on my top shelf are my witness cones. I fired to 5.5. So I certainly got the 5. I should be using 3 cones, but I'm cheap and I'm only using 2. But the 5 certainly I got a full bend on the 5, in fact over, because I was going for 5.5. And the 6 didn't quite touch the base here, so I achieved what I wanted to achieve. So it didn't quite go to 6, but it was certainly more than 5. So the witness cones, if you don't use witness cones in your firings, you really should, because it really does give you a true indication of the heat work that was created in your kiln during your firing. Even though you have on your display, you'll have your numbers, but this is the true teller. Okay. Okay, this one, not so happy with how that turned out. I guess I didn't hold it in long enough. This is, I have dipping pails of aqua and snow. So that's what this is, Amaco aqua and snow. And I like to do them 2/3, 1/3 of one color, and then I reverse it and do 2/3, 1/3 of the opposite. And I like to sell them in pairs. So those are just little saucers. They're about 5 inches wide and not even an inch deep. Great for cat food. Okay, I have a little bit of crazing here. This is, okay, antique iron. This is antique iron, Opulence antique iron, and Smoky Mountain mist. Actually, I do really like this combination. I do note that the antique iron was a little thick, and so I got these spots and I got a little bit of crazing down here. So I think I'm going to refire these, and I will just put some more antique iron in where the troubled areas are, and I'm going to refire them. Because I do like this combination, Smoky Mountain Mist and Antique Iron by Opulence. And here's a third one, and it's consistent. It did the same thing, so I have a little bit of crazing. So that's an easy fix, I hope. And in the next firing, you'll see where I fixed it. This one actually didn't turn out too bad. Smoky Mountain Mist, antique iron, and just a little trouble zone right there. That's easy, and I'll fix that one as well. And then this is sea spray and eggshell. And it's just dip, hold it for 2 seconds and take it out. It's so easy. And I do wax the bottoms prior to my dipping, so I get a really smooth, clean line on the bottom. You can see it on all of the pieces. So that's just something I like to do. And this was just kind of sitting around, and I needed to fill up some space. So again, it's the texture roller from Clayshare. And I did aqua on the inside, and I just kind of held it and poured the glaze over. I have aqua in, I think I said earlier, I have it in the dipping glazes. And then on the outside is Storm, which I brushed on because I only have it in brushables. A couple of little holidays, but basically it's not too bad. These two play well together. So this is Storm, 3 coats of Storm and 1 pour of aqua. So I do like how the inside of this one looks, and it'll go nicely with the mug. Well, a little bit big for a saucer, but there you go. Okay. All right. Okay, not so. Okay, well this is, So this one was a full dip in Opulence antique iron. And then I dipped the rim in eggshell. So the antique iron is definitely coming through in this part of the bowl. Dipped the rim in eggshell, and then I think that's just it. I think that's just the eggshell. This blue is the eggshell over the antique iron. And I did have some, like I said, I had some trouble with the glazes not playing well together in the drying, and maybe I just didn't leave the bowl after I dipped it in antique iron. I didn't leave it long enough to let it dry fully before I dipped it in the eggshell. So I'm not sure what I'm going to do about this. I'm going to see if I can try and fix it. And because there's lots of spots, there's two, there's a little trouble here, a little trouble there and there. So there's one, two, three, 4 troubled areas on the inside and a bunch on the outside. So I'm going to put my thinking cap on and figure out what I'm going to do to fix that. But yeah, I'm not crazy about this combination. I thought it would be nicer, and it just, I don't think the antique iron came out as it's supposed to. But we'll see. It's just something for me to work on. So that's a bit of a dud. Oh, and I see. Okay, on my shelf is lots of dripping. So this is eggshell and Clayscape's cobblestone, and it ran, and it was probably too thick. So I had a little bit of trouble, and it ran past where I had tried not to overlap them, but I'm not really happy with how these turned out. But anyway, that's it. That's Clayscape's cobblestone and Opulence eggshell. This one turned out a little bit better, but you can see lots of run, which I wasn't anticipating. You can see it even that way. You can see I have advancer shelves, so it didn't stick to the shelf, thank God. But I'm going to have to be doing some grinding to fix that one. But that's, it's very dark for cobblestone, so clearly my glaze was too thick. And those will be for me. I'm not selling those. And these are commissioned. This is a soup mug, and the clay base is Laguna 391. And even though through the firing, through the throwing and the bisking, it all looks brown, but when you finally do when you finally get to glaze firing, it turns this beautiful black. And this is Jess Chun Plum, which is also available from Clayscapes. So you can see how it's a little mottled as it interacts straight with the 391 clay. But what I did right after I trimmed them is I took some of my Laguna B-Mix 5, I've made a slip, and I just painted the inside, probably 2 nice layers, just to make it really get even. So the inside is, I mean, it's the same color as the outside. It's just really nice. But because it's a drinking vessel, I didn't want it to be all splotchy like that on the outside. So as I said, I put a slip on the inside, and that's turned out really nicely. And again, it's dipped into Jess Chun Plum. And that's the other one. We're almost done. Oh, I will show you that big bowl. Like I said, I had some trouble. So on my advancer shelf, you see all those spots. And I've got the scraper that comes with the from advancer, and I will just knock those off and clean up this shelf. I have dripping all over the place. So I was careful. I think one of those trays caught a drip. This one here caught a drip there. So I was careful, or I tried to, when I put everything in the kiln, not to put anything directly under, even though I have space because of the shape of the pot. I decided not to put anything, but anyway, one victim. And I just have 6 of these in total. So I've already told you how I do those. And these are the last 2. Again, Laguna 391 clay, and slip on the inside, B-Mix slip on the inside, so that plays well with the 391 clay, and then just dipped in Jess's Chun BLUE. Poured the inside and dipped the outside. Nice. And those are for our client, so she'll be really happy with those. And my last piece. And I guess you saved the best for the last. This bowl is beautiful. So this is blue or teal 4 times. Oh shoot. Oh God, I didn't write it down. I probably have it inside. I'll put it in the notes. So 4 coats of blue or teal on the inside, and 4 coats of blue or teal on the outside. First coat I went horizontal, second coat I went vertical, and 3rd and 4th coats I went horizontal. And then I put, I'm believing it's seaweed on the inside. I'm pretty sure it's seaweed, and I just love this. You can just see the little bit of run. So I would have taken the seaweed to about there. There's no flux underneath it at all. So this is just the 2 glazes, blue rutile and seaweed. Gorgeous. And then there's the outside rim. Again, I only took the seaweed to there because I know seaweed is a runner. And 2 heavy coats of seaweed. And look at that. It's just a stunner. I don't even know if I can give this one away. I really like this bowl. Bowl is 4, 8, 12. Again, it's about 13 inches wide by 6 inches tall, at least 6 inches tall. Nice way to end the video. So thank you all very much for watching, and I continue to work on my recovery, and we'll have more for you in the near future, I hope. And I hope you all have a wonderful Easter. It's early this year, which is good. And if you like this video, please hit the like button. If you don't, then that's okay too. And if you haven't already subscribed to my channel, I invite you to subscribe. I post mostly kiln unloadings. I do the occasional throwing, which I hope to do more of this year. So then just to make a variety in the content in which I deliver to you in my channel. And that's it. So thank you all very much. Have a really wonderful day, and I look forward to seeing you soon. Bye.